Hey, well, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, we're going through Numbers right now, and like last week, we went through chapter 16 of Numbers. It took like all week to get through it. Unbelievable that today I'm going to cover chapter 17 in one episode. And this episode is entitled, Our God is the Giver of Life. That's the whole thing about Christianity. It's a life-giving religion compared to every other religion. It's life-giving. God is the giver of life here. So this is it's about the budding of Aaron's staff. And the staff, I have a staff here today. It's a stick. Actually, it's a very short stick, but it would be the staffs would be similar to this. So this kind of gives you an idea. And the staffs that were selected would have been wood that was dead, because it would have been, carved, most likely taken from a branch and then carved out and whittled away to make something, and surely not to start growing again. But you're going to see what happens here. So this kind of gives you an idea, an example of that, what we're talking about today. Our God is the giver of life, and this is taken from Numbers chapter 17. All right. It says this: The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the Israelites and get 12 staffs from them, one from the leader of each of the ancestral tribes. Write the name of each man on his staff. On the staff of Levi, write Aaron's name, for there must be one staff for the head of each of the ancestral tribes. Place them in the tent of meeting in front of the ark of the covenant law, where I meet with you. The staff belonging to the man I choose will sprout, and I will rid myself of this constant grumbling against you by the Israelites." That there was constant grumbling about, why is it always, Aaron the leader and the head of the Levites, and why is Moses always the leader? Can't we have other leaders? And God is saying, man, I'm sick and tired of this. So he's doing this as a sign. He wants every leader to take a staff like this, and that's carved, and then to write their name in it too, to carve their name in it also. And the one that buds will be the one that is chosen to be the leader. God knows this, all right? And I'm sure Moses and Aaron know this too, what's going to happen. Verse 6. So Moses spoke to the Israelites and their leaders and gave him 12 staffs, one for each leader of each of their ancestral tribes. And Aaron's staff was among them. Moses placed the staffs before the Lord in the tent of the covenant law. Okay? The next day, this is verse 8. The next day Moses entered the tent and saw that Aaron's staff, which represented the tribe of Levi, had not only sprouted, but had budded, blossomed, and then produced almonds. It had a whole cycle of life to it. So imagine you have this staff here. It not only has buds on it, but it also not only sprouted, it got new growth on it, but then it blossomed and budded, blossomed, and produced almonds. All right. Something interesting here: almonds were not grown in the desert in this region. Okay, so very unique about this whole thing. This whole thing is miraculous. That you take a stick like this, and then it starts, not only having new life to it, with new sprouts growing off of it, but then it has that full cycle producing actual fruit. Amazing. Overnight it happened. Okay, we got bamboo trees in the back here. They grow pretty quick. They sure aren't growing like that overnight and blossoming and producing fruit. No tree does that. So it's only a miracle of God that this is happening. All right, so it says then verse 9, Then Moses brought out all the staffs from the Lord's presence to all the Israelites. They looked at them, and each of the leaders took his own staff. The Lord said to Moses, Put back Aaron's staff in front of the ark of the covenant law, to be kept as a sign of this rebellious. This will put an end to the grumbling against me, so that they will not die. Moses did just as the Lord commanded him. The Israelites said to Moses, "We will die. We are lost. We're all lost. Anyone who even comes near the tabernacle of the Lord will die. Are we all going to die?" Now, this last part to verse 12 and 13 is again exaggeration. People overreacting. When the sign is given, they're freaking out, like, "Oh no, we're all gonna die now." Not going to happen. God had wiped a lot of people out earlier for their disobedience, but here he's simply giving the sign of new life. So the staff was blossoming and actually bearing fruit. Then it was to be put into the tabernacle, and it was kept there as a constant sign. Now that people, it didn't have like, a little window area you could peek in and see this, but everyone would have known this blossoming and budding and fruited staff that actually produced almonds is setting in there. It was a sign. And it would be also a constant sign that the other guys, the other tribal leaders, would be walking around with their staff. And each time someone would see their staff, they would go, "I don't see any new growth on your staff. I don't see any fruit or anything like we saw on Levi, the tribe of Levi's staff, Aaron." So it would be that constant sign. I bring all this out to show you that this was a sign, really, of life, of resurrection, really. And our Christianity is really has a strong basis on the resurrection. There's no other leader of any other religion that has experienced the resurrection. Okay, so you look through any major religion, and none of them have been resurrected, but Jesus has been resurrected. Okay, and so he is the Messiah that gives new life, and Christianity does that. It gives new life. We're not worshiping something that's dead. We're worshiping a risen, living Savior. All right, so just another sign of that God has given us about his power and his life-giving power. And I encourage you to use and have that life-giving power in your life. All right, hopefully that makes sense to you here. And I would look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through the book of Numbers. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.